Welcome back to the Real Estate Rat Pack Radio Show with Chris, Joe, and Rob. The crew is taking your calls, so dial in at 1-800-808-5548.
And welcome back to the Real Estate Rat Pack Show. Man, time flies again when you're having fun, and we have a great group in the office. So far, we've had Rick Young, we've had Nicole Brendy speaking, we've had Rita Shanslani, and who's our next one we're going to hit it off with?
It is Ray Walker, and I've known Ray for quite a number of years. He's done a lot of volunteer work with HAR and TAR, which is Houston Association of Realtors, and Texas Association of Realtors. Welcome, Ray.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
And Ray's got a really unusual background. Is that there was a company called eRealty. I think, were they out of Austin? Is that correct?
No, we're actually located here in Houston.
Okay. That actually started some of the innovative things that we're using nowadays, and they're still being used. And a lot of that technology was actually bought by Prudential.
That's correct.
And now, of course, that's Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. And so, Ray, let's talk about the future, what you're seeing, what the trends you're seeing, who you're working. I know you represent a lot of builders and new construction, things like that. What kind of trends are you seeing?
I'm actually seeing something that's really interesting is we're seeing the inner loop kind of merging a lot of their neighborhoods together. Downtown, Midtown, Montrose Heights, River Oaks, everything seems to kind of, while you got these little pockets that seem to be like almost like little hot spots or cities, if you will. Those outer lying areas those land values are getting dollar per foot on their land have been skyrocketing this year. I mean, since January, that first quarter of this year, they went up $25, and I'm talking that's from $50 to $75 per square foot.
Oh my!
Outrageous what we saw builders clamoring to get the land, and it's real fun to see what's happening just in these areas that just didn't exist. The Fourth Ward alone has been explosive. What the city is doing along the banks of Buffalo Bayou, we call it now Buffalo Bayou Park.
Yes,
it's one of my favorite areas of the city. If you haven't seen it, go walk, bike, run. It is so much fun along the banks of the bayou.
Yeah, there's a big push on that. It's even there in White Oak Bayou, right there in the Heights. They're doing little pocket parks and things like that.
And White Oak is exciting as well. And what the city's actually doing is they're tying all these bike and hike trails together. So you can, I think it's on Nicholson and the North Loop, you can start walking or riding your bike there, and you can end up past U of H.
So something interesting on the trends on real estate, to sort of talk about that, is I was looking at the demographics the other day, and by 2025, Houston's going to have over 10 million
correct
individuals in the city of Houston. Now, if you look at it right now, that's 11, almost 12 years away, right?
Right.
Which is a fairly short time frame to increase by 4 million people. And so one of the things, as you're mentioning, is that we're starting to see is the redevelopment and the enhancement of existing areas to be able to accommodate that, because Houston's always done a very good job of looking forward.
And you're seeing the pulse of the buyers, the younger buyers. They want to be in the inner loop. They want to be inside. Now, there is a lot to be said about the outlying areas, the neighborhoods that have, like the Hot on Homes, those
master plan.
Master plan places. But you're seeing now a drive to the city that is really exciting. So I'm a third generation Houstonian, born at St. Joe's downtown. So for me, it's real exciting to see this happen.
And my drive to the city every day from the suburbs is always really exciting, because I don't know if it's going to take me an hour or an hour and 10 minutes. So it's fun to look at that every once in a while.
And you only drive to city center. It's not like you're going inside the loop. So talk about the buyers. Give me a little demographics or profile of your buyers.
Oh, it's wide range. I mean, I'll represent anybody in their 20s, 30s, 40s on up. I mean, it's
an equal opportunity.
I am, and I've been in the business so long that it's fun, because my clients, thank you clients, because they recommend my name, they pass on my name, and big hugs, big kudos to them. So thank you.
But in the trends inside the loop, though, are you seeing certain groups or age groups that are buying inside the loop, or does it seem to be like all
ages? It's really interesting, and the buyers are proud, and they're coming in, and when they want to buy, they're just tired of renting, because when you rent, it's kind of nice to not have to worry about fixing something, but you're not in control of your own home, your own destiny. And it's nice to say, my rent's not going up.
Yeah, and of course that's going
Right,
to happen.
or-
A lot of people rents have gone up so
Or I have to
high.
move because someone's telling me to. They move because they want to when you own a house. So it's
And
nice.
so when they're buying inside the Loop, what's their reasoning and choices of being inside? Is it just the amenities, the closeness to
It's a
work?
lifestyle. It really is. When I first started in real estate, I hate to say this, but 1985, proud person to say that anyway.
Well, you were like 12, right?
Exactly. Thank you. But back then, people would say, I want to park my car and never drive it. And I thought, never in my lifetime. Well, guess what? Now in Midtown, you can actually do that. You can live in certain areas and you can literally walk to rail. And the rail will take you from one north end of downtown down to the south end by Reliant Stadium. That's a lot of places you can get to without a car. And now you're seeing the city actually making more rail lines, so that's exciting to see. You are seeing a metropolitan pulse in the city of Houston like you've never seen before. So I like that.
Yeah,
That's
well,
fun.
we've always been a big, basically suburban sprawl, and I think
Correct.
we're starting to look like some of the other major cities. We're having better transportation, we're having better facilities and things to do. Because I remember when downtown was dead, and you
Well-
went down there to watch a play or listen to a concert, and that was pretty much it.
And now it's turned on with all these venues, nightlife, restaurants. Restaurants are crazy here in Houston. It is so fun to see. And different areas from the Heights to the Shady Acres down to Bel Air, West University, all over the areas. You've got fun, exciting restaurants. I haven't even seen them all. And I keep trying to check them all out.
I don't think that's possible. I don't know how many thousands of restaurants there are, but
Well, you
I
know-
think per capita we probably have more than most major cities.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. You know, and then another thing that's going on in a lot of those areas, you have a lot of the festivals and
Yes.
aspects of things that are going on that are starting to bring people out of their homes and back into a community type setting,
Right.
so you can get out there and get to know your neighbors, get to know areas. I mean, they have that one thing they do, and I don't know the name of it, in which they bring all those trucks in, those cars, the food trucks, basically.
Oh yes.
Last month.
Right. You know, and so they do stuff like that, and it's really, really redeveloping. You know, I tell everybody, kudos go out to our city planners, because if you look at where Houston was, as Rob was saying, 15 years ago downtown, it was dead. And the first thing that they did, they announced many years ago, we're going to start redeveloping downtown. We're going to do a redevelopment plan. We're going to put in a light rail to connect, you know, what I thought that time were two of the worst connection points you could possibly imagine. But look at what the future did because of all that. They've brought people back into city. They've
It's
brought people
very
back in.
exciting to see.
Right.
Yes.
So our city planners have been doing very good about making sure that they understand not only how to plan outwards, but how to plan inwards. And
Correct.
I think that's extremely important.
I agree.
And so, and looking at the trend stuff, do you have people that come to you? Because there was a website years ago came out, was called walkingscore.com, where people come and say, what's the walking score on this property? Or
I've never heard the walking score.
it's actually something
Nicole-
they'll talk about what kind of venues and things you can actually walk to. And it's been a big part of some people's decision-making process.
Yeah, what I'm hearing is, like every realtor, right? Sometimes I feel like a tour guide when we're driving around, say,
Well,
"Oh, you need
you
to check
are.
out this restaurant and to this restaurant," and then, "Oh, and this is a great place to go see plays or whatnot." And that is fun. One of the neat things that I enjoy doing is precisely just kind of tour guiding people through, as we're actually not just looking at the houses. You got to share with them, this is what the lifestyle is. And that's what you're seeing today now in the Inner Loop. The Inner Loop literally is a pulse. It's actually a lifestyle that people are beginning to get. And I don't know if you get that necessarily in certain outlying areas. You get great schools in outlying areas. You get a nice family environment, but you don't get that pulse like you do in the city. It's really fun.
Well, we've had builders and developers on the show, and one of the things I've always asked them is that they're not, or talked to them about, was that they're not really building houses. They're making lifestyles. And so you see some of these communities out there now, they'll have all these amenities built into it, and those are the ones that are successful.
Oh, I would absolutely agree.
Yeah. Yeah, the Woodlands is a prime example. I mean,
Yeah.
you can stay in the Woodlands and never have to go into the city. So we're coming up towards the end of the show.
Our
so,
3 minute, we've got our lightning round coming around right now.
Ray,
we
you
just
know,
started.
and the thing is, Ray, you're with Berkshire Hathaway Home Services.
I am very
Anderson
proud.
Properties. What would you like people to take away from the show from you?
Houston's an exciting city to be in, especially right now. It's just getting better. The weather, as a Houstonian, people say it's hot. We've got about 2 months of hotness. Other than that, it's very nice. And I love my city, and I'm just proud to be here. And welcome to all the people that are coming in.
That is a great way. Rita, what would you like to leave everybody with?
I would like to let everyone know that it's the best time to buy real estate right now. And if anyone looking for a home or a commercial or any real estate, jump into it. Don't wait on the fence.
I would absolutely agree right there. Rick, how about you?
But not only buying, but we also need sellers.
Yeah.
And there's a shortage of inventory out there. I think right now it really is a seller's market. And so if somebody's been thinking about now's the time to make a move, now is the time
Absolutely
to make a
time.
move.
We've been begging and pleading for listings for several months now. So we had 3.2 months. That's the lowest I've ever
You
seen.
literally say that every show,
I do.
by the way. So, I think the word's slowly going to get out there. And Trendy Brendy, let us know about what your thoughts are about, what you'd like to have somebody leave the show with.
Well, I would say enjoy your city. Get out of the house. We all work very hard, but get to know the attractions, the arts, go to those lovely restaurants, and it's like a vacation if you want it to be. So go explore.
So I think everyone should talk about how they can contact you. You have a website,
NicoleBrendy.com,
and you have a phone number that people can contact?
713-302-9828. Thank
Ray,
you.
how about you? You got a phone number?
My phone number, 281-687-8429.
And Rita, I don't know if you want people to contact you, but
I would love for people to contact me, and my phone number is 832-202-5018. I'm always there for anybody.
And and I want to give a big shout out. This show would never be possible without all of our great sponsors.
Absolutely.
Obviously, we mentioned AB Bowles at the very beginning, right there. But we also have other sponsors. Obviously, we have one right here in Berkshire Hathaway. We got Improve My Credit USA, Willow Bend Mortgage, Capital Title for title services. You also have OneGuard, for all your home warranties. Jason Jimenez Insurance Agency, Visibly Connected, anything associated with obviously trends, technology, staying in front of individuals. It wouldn't be possible without all those individuals out there who support us every day, every week, every month, and not only what we do on the show, but what we do after the show and the independent parties, etc.
I absolutely agree, and the people we have are the best at what they do. That's what I've always found out. So we have great sponsors, and we really do appreciate it.